Hello, hello, my beautiful ones. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot and astrology, to help you on your path, and now the author of my upcoming book series, Concepts Create Reality. So, my gorgeous ones, I thought I'd do a little different thing today. It is going to be a little longer video. I will timestamp the signs. We have a new moon in Virgo, but we have a lot of other things going on too. And I just wanted to sort of explain and then go through each sign and do maybe a 1 or 2 card spread for each sign. So let's talk about the new moon. So the new moon, well, let me just say this. So a lot of people were having, because they're still, everybody's learning, we're always learning, but maybe they're needing to understand more about what the houses are. So you can think of the houses as areas of your life, of you, right? And then you can think of planets as the way that you're wanting to express and unfold and manifest those things in your life, right? So those are the energies at different times of the cycles in our life that we want to do that, right? And that's why, because the planets are always moving, we're always moving. So it's sort of within frequency and vibration. If this planet is over here and you're over here, there's going to be a different frequency to you and that planet than to somebody who's over here and the planet's here, right? But we do that sort of kind of on purpose, I guess. So the new moon. I just wanted to explain that because I know some people are having, like, they're still trying to learn. And so just think of the planets, think of the houses as areas of your life, right? And you want to use the planets and the universe as, instead of working against yourself or the world, because we have for so long, right? Use them to help you. Use those energies to help you because you're a powerful, powerful being and you can do anything. You can. So, the new moon in Virgo. So new moons are about setting your intention, about putting your thought forward. Because remember, thoughts become things. And if thoughts become things, then what's unfolding in front of us was the thought that we had before, right? So we're sort of, you can kind of look at it as maybe living in the past all the time, right? So at least that's the way I like to see it. But I'm not the end all be all, trust me. So, the new moon in Virgo, and what is Virgo about? So Virgo is about organization and being practical, and any earth sign, even Virgo, has been able, they're here, and they're able to master manifestation in the physical, right? That's what they're really, really good at. That's not the only thing, but they're really, really good at that. So we want to use this Virgo energy to be able to do that. Not just that, but Virgo is a healer. Virgo is a wounded healer. Virgo has such love, and their vibration is such love that they know how to help someone and help things, this earth. They know how to do this like innately. It's within them. It's that energy. So for us, what does that have to do with us? With the new moon being in Virgo, and not just the new moon, but the sun, the moon, which that's what new moon means. The sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all in Virgo. So I know this time is really about being practical, about really knowing what you're going to do next and taking those, like really organizing that and saying, yes, I can do this and I can do this and I can do that. And that's going to get me to my goal here. And that's going to get me the life I want here. And that's going to get me the love I want here. That's kind of what Virgo does, right? Virgo's good at that. So Virgo, with having all of this energy in Virgo, it's causing us to be very practical, but it's also causing the bigger energy, all of us together as well as separately, because we came here to be separate, identical, and this, like, I'm sorry, we came here to be separate along with the whole. Does that make sense? So we came here to be with humanity and have our own identity as well. There's a balance in that. So being able to do this with Virgo, having all this practicality, having this healing going on, that's why I'm feeling this big transformation or yeah, big transformation for a lot of this group. I mean, all over the world actually, but a lot of people that see me, I go in and I look at your energy, and I'm translating what Spirit says, and I can feel this big transformation going on for all of us, myself included, all of us. So some of us, depending on your vibration, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, right? But with the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars in there, it's not only going to give you, look at Mars. Mars gives you energy and the ambition and the drive to get it done, right? And Venus lets you see the beauty in all these things, the beauty of the life that you can have, the beauty of the life that you have now, the things around you, the people around you, the situations around you. That's what Venus is about. And Mercury is that processing and communication to be able to say what it is you want, be able to communicate to the world what it is that you want. And yes, there's communication when you're manifesting. So use that energy with Mercury, right? And then the moon is our emotions. The moon is the way that we view the world. It's the way that we feel the world and ourselves, and it's like Mercury and the moon can work together, because Mercury is about the actual communication, and the moon is the processing as well, right? And then you have the sun in there, and the sun wants to shine, and the sun wants you to shine. So you have all these energies in there that are in Virgo. So they're going to express themselves in a Virgo way, right? So they want to express themselves in manifestation and practicality, but most of all, deep, deep healing for yourself and for this world. But just like the birth of a child, it is very painful to have the child, right? So birthing in itself is painful, but then you have this beautiful gift of life after, right? And so you can look at it that way. So I just wanted to go over what the new moon in Virgo is. I'm going to go over each house, where it hits each house, each sign, what house each sign is hit in, right? Is that correct? And so at the end of the video, if you'll stick around, I'm going to give you some steps to take so that you can maybe have this energy help you more. You know, I'm going to show you how to, or talk to you about some steps that you can take for this new moon. Some of you like rituals, some of you like, you know, processes, some of you, and I just thought I'd put some steps together to sort of help you do that. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, my beautiful Scorpios. So, my gorgeous ones, the new moon is going to hit your third house. So what is the third house about? The third house is your expression. It's your communication to the world and to people and to, you know, the relationships, right? And so the way that the new moon is trying to express itself is through the communication, through your siblings, through your lower learning, what they call lower learning. So this is kind of like where you learn your value, right? And that's where the new moon is hitting you. So, or hitting your sign. So what they're asking you is, or what they're saying with the new moon in Virgo, is that this is kind of, when you set your intention, this is the area of life that's going to be most prominent for this new moon. So the two questions I'm going to ask is, what is the most important advice that they can give you for this new moon? And then what is the outcome? Okay. So let me cut the cards really quickly. That's probably a better way to say it. And then I'm going to ask the question for you, okay? All right, so what is the most important advice that they can give you for this new moon? Wow, gosh, goodness. And then what is the outcome? Goodness, okay. I see you, Scorpio. I know y'all are transforming in a big way. So the most important advice they can give you is to be the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is someone who knows that everything was for them that they have in their life because it was always theirs to begin with. They have this regalness about them, not like in the lion way, but in this sort of so the King of Swords is usually like maybe even military type or police type, where they just have this alpha type thing. And so everything that they have in their life, they've worked hard for and they've had sacrifices for, but they've been able to do that because they make quick decisions and they stand by what they mean. And that's what they're asking you to do. They can adapt and they stand by what they mean, right? And so with whatever's going on with you in the new moon, they're saying take a stand and make your decisions and move forward, because those things are yours, because they were yours to begin with. And it's all about the unfolding for you, right? Now, the outcome is the Queen of Cups. To me, that's a person coming in. The outcome, and a queen to me means that they'll have the characteristics, but not necessarily be the water sign. And the water sign is the Scorpio, Pisces, and what's the other one? Cancer. Sorry, my Cancers. So they're saying the outcome will be, you guys know that I've talked about the Queen of Cups. They have this characteristic where they're able to be what it is that the person and the people and the situations are, what they're needing, wanting and needing for in that person, right? But the Queen of Cups also has come through a lot of trauma because she has such an open heart and unconditional love, right? But in that, she's learned to balance who she is and who. So she's learned to balance who she is in relationship to others and not be able and not lose herself. Does that make sense? So they're saying there's a space where you can absolutely have what you want and make everyone, well, not everyone, but be balanced in making people happy and yourself happy, because I think it's important for yourself to be happy. Now, this person coming in, for some of you, can absolutely do that. They're going to be exactly what you're wanting and needing in your life right now. Okay, so I hope that helps. Don't forget to watch the end of this video as I give you guys steps to what to do to clear in your energy for the new moon. All right, beautiful one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go over some steps that you could do if you'd like for this new moon to be able to set your intention, because that's kind of what you want to do. So I think that the best way to do this is, and you can do one of these or all of these, and it kind of depends on, you know, your involvement and how you take in things, right? So what you want to do is you want to set your intention. So you want to start thinking about your goals and where you want to go next, and you kind of want to just start thinking about that. But as you're doing that, as you're thinking about where you're going next and what you're wanting to do in the situations, now I don't want you to fall back on, well, these situations I can't help, or these situations I can't finish, or these situations aren't going well. We already know all that, right? So I want you to set your intention and look forward. I want you to see yourself and what you want to unfold in this next month. Like, let's just do it in this next month, right? So just start thinking about your intention, right? And you can do this, you can start doing this now as soon as you watch this video. And then, you know, for the full moon, it will be perfect, or the new moon, sorry. So you want to set your intention and start thinking about that. And the next thing you want to do is, as you're doing that, as you're thinking about it, I want you to you want to clear your energy and you want to get centered, right? So how do we do that? So as you're thinking about this and as you're, you know, setting your goals and setting your intentions and looking at your life like you want, not looking at your life like you know it can be, not what it already is, but how you know it can be, right? So as you're doing this, if you have Epsom salt, and you can buy it at the dollar store, you can take an Epsom salt bath for 10 minutes. Now, I've tested this. And so at the 10-minute mark, you want to take you want to put the Epsom salt and then sit in there with your intentions. I want you to sit in there with your intentions and with your knowing that you're being cleansed and cleared and your energy is being cleared. And that's the intention, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to sit in there, or, you know, lay in the bathtub for 10 minutes and no longer. Because at 10 minutes, what happens is we start reabsorbing the energy. That's what we do. So if you haven't transmuted it and transmuted it, then you'll begin to like uh, soak it back in. So I've tested this. You'll feel better at 10 minutes, no longer. At 10 minutes is when you start feeling really relaxed and you want to stay in, but you got to get out at 10 minutes, okay? So you want to take your Epsom salt bath, and that's how you're sort of clearing your energy. And you know, if you don't have Epsom salt, again, you can do it go buy it at the dollar store. Um, you can use, you know, oils or different baths. You can actually, so there's others that have salt bath for showers. Yeah, like Epsom salt shower bath gel, I think is what it's called. Okay, so you're doing that for 10 minutes. And then what you want to do is you want to clear your space, right? So you want to clear the energy, you want to clear your space. You're, you're trying to get centered. So your energy is getting cleared as you're thinking about this stuff, as you're setting your intention, okay? I want you to continue to think about your intention. I want you to continue to think about your goals. You've had enough of thinking about what's wrong, right? Let's not think about that. Let's think about what's good, what we want, what we know that can be true, what we know that's just about the unfolding, right? And then, so we want to clear the space around us. So get yourself, like, I don't know, some of you may have a room that you go to. Maybe it's just your room. Maybe it's just the bathroom. Whatever little spot that's yours. And then I'd like for you to take some sage, and with your intentions that it's going to be cleared as you sage. If you have sage, if you don't have sage, you can take your crystals. Some of you love crystals, so put your crystals around and set your intention and ask the crystals and the sage and your guides and ask them to clear the energy around you, right? And you can use candles too. Some of you like to use candles, so use those things, right? Now, the next thing you want to do after you've taken your salt bath and your space is cleared, then you want to just sit for a minute and connect with all the elements. Connect with the 4 elements. And how do we connect with the 4 elements? So if you want to connect with the water, think about how water feels. Think about what water is. Think about that and then connect with it. And do the same with air. How it's so open, how it can't be tamed, how it just flows freely, right? And then you can think about earth and how beautiful the ground feels and how stable it is to be in the earth. And think about the trees, you know, think about earthly things, right? And connect with that. And think about the fire. Think about fire and how it's so passionate and how it just flows and how it just burns and how you can just that force that it has just can manifest so many things. So connect with all 4 elements, and that's what you want to do. The next thing you want to do after you're connected and you're centered and you're feeling better in your space, then what you want to do is you want to set your intentions that you've been thinking about. And you want to say these, you want to write them down, sorry. You're going to write these down. So these things that you've been thinking about, these goals and these situations and these places that you want, these manifestations that you want, I want you to write those down in your space as you're feeling better. Write those down. You know, it can be 10, it can be 4, it can be 3. It's just up to you. Whatever your goals are for this, like, let's just do it for this next month, right? And then after that, what I want you to do is I want you to say them out loud. And I want you to say them with boldness and courageousness, like a knowing. So as you're doing this, I want you to know that you are a powerful, powerful being. And you can have anything that you want. It's all about the unfolding, right? So I want you to connect with that, and I want you to say those things with absoluteness, with a knowing that it's just about the unfolding. And that's the exciting part, is the unfolding. How is it going to unfold? How is the universe going to bring these things to me? How am I going to move towards the universe? That's the beauty of life, right? Now, once you do that, and you've set your intention and you've set it out boldly and you've written them down and you're cleared in that space, I want you to get into the state of appreciation. And I want you to thank your guides and thank your higher self and thank the universe. Thank God, oneness, the angels, they're all pulling for you. Everybody loves you. They all love you. And I want you to know that they love you and that it's just about the unfolding. It's just about that. And when you're doing that, when you're getting into that state of appreciation, you're getting into that vibration, that frequency, where it's easier for those things to come in and for you to move towards those things, right? And that's what you want to do. You want to be in that vibration in this new full moon. I'm sorry, I said full moon, in this new moon. I want you to be in that vibration, get in that state of appreciation and appreciate and thank them for what you have. Because honestly, all this stuff that you're intending, these goals, it's already yours. It's just a matter of space-time and the unfolding. All right, my gorgeous ones, I'm sending you so much love and light. I love you dearly. Thank you so very much. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. P.S. I forgot one last thing. I'm so sorry. I had to add this later. So the last step that you want to do is in the next few days, all the way to the end of the month or all the way to the next month, right? I want you to take one step, to take an action toward those goals. Just one step. And the one step could just be the thought. A thought is an action. So take the action. Just take one action towards the goals. And you can take one action day 1, you can take one action day 2, you can take another action day 3. But just be sure in the next 4 weeks to take an action, a movement toward those goals. And that will help the energy start to manifest. Because oftentimes in manifestation, we're thinking, well, I want that thing to come in because the universe is going to bring it to me, right? And that's not incorrect. That's correct. But what we fail to understand is that we're not sitting set in stone and then the universe is bringing the vibration in. We're actually moving as well as the vibration or those manifestations coming towards us as well. So we're both moving. So in order to do that, we want to take an action because we're in space-time. Does that make sense? So be sure to take your action. Again, thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.